Yeah, hey Eric, thanks for talking to us today. Just, I guess, your general reaction moves today related to Spielman and Zimmer, and talked to Adam Thielen earlier, and he said that everybody's going to kind of look in the mirror. Do you think that maybe if the defense had been a little better this year, these things wouldn't have happened, or how do you look at it from that standpoint?
Yeah, I think that Adam, kind of hit it on the head. We got to take a long time to reflect personally, and obviously as a team going forward. It was a very disappointing year, a lot of ups and downs, and at the end of the day, we're here to win games. We're here to win championships. So it didn't get done, and yeah, it's unfortunate. It's part of the business.
Hey, Eric, I just actually wanted to ask just how you're doing personally, having been on the COVID list, and just, are you recovering okay and everything like that?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Thanks for asking. Just continue to get better as time goes on.
Hey, Eric, glad to hear you're doing okay. Is it kind of weird for you to think after 7 years in the same system with, the same position coach, same head coach, that next year you might be learning a new defense and have a lot of new faces?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a quite a ride. Crazy. Like I said, it's part of the business. We didn't do well enough. Things like this happen, but a lot of memories, a lot of defenses we were a part of that were really, really, really strong defenses. So you got to hang our hat on a lot of hard work that we did.
Arif and then Andrew.
Yeah, Eric, I'm sure you've had a lot of coaches going all the way back to high school or even middle school. What are kind of the qualities that were consistent among the best coaches that you've had over the course of your career?
Obviously, work ethic is a huge thing. At the end of the day, the work needs to be done. But just personally, I just want to, I want to get better in my craft, but also, it's about becoming better people as well. Obviously the X and O's are one thing, it's about winning games, but the best coaches that I've had are the ones who, have made me a better person off the field, and people that I consider, I would want to surround myself with, and just, consider them, an ear I could talk to, and get things off my chest or whatever. Not necessarily, football related, but just about life in general.
Hey, Eric, I'm just curious to get your thoughts on what was your relationship like with Mike Zimmer, and just your reaction on seeing him let go.
Obviously, like I said, we put a lot of work in together. We had a great run. It's hard, it's hard to know that, I felt like there were some things left out there as far as the relationship's concerned. But, I think that's a question you got to ask him, for sure.
Craig, and then back to Chris.
Hey, Eric. We got to hear from Mark Wolf earlier today, and he really believes it's kind of like a quick rebuild instead of a complete teardown. And just curious, as one of the core veterans that's probably going to be looked to be part of this fast rebuild, what you like about that kind of outlook, and what you think will be so important for guys like you to do.
I just want to win games, man. I just want to. I'm honestly I'm not too sure. Honestly, there's a lot of things that are going to happen. I just know that communication is the foundation of it all, and having that conversation, having a little bit of open dialogue, is a start. It's gonna be a new team next year, full of new people, and some things maybe stay the same, some things may be consistent. But it's a new mindset. We gotta have a different strategy coming into this next year in order to have different results. We gotta be on the same page, and we all gotta step up. We all gotta look in the mirror and find out what we can do better amongst each other as well.
Hey, Eric, have you reached out or had any dealings with Mike Zimmer since he got the news? And if not, do you plan to soon?
I talked to Adam Zimmer today. I haven't talked to Mike yet. I talked to Adam Zimmer earlier today. I talked to Rick Spielman. Obviously those are guys who I've been with for a while. I just thanked Rick for all the work he's done, and obviously especially off the field as well. With the Social Justice Committee, I thank them for that. For not only caring but just being a voice and helping amplify our voices as players. And then I talked to my coach Adam Zimmer. We were just reflecting on the years that we've had, and I had a conversation about how when I was a younger player, first couple years, I would go into his office and we watch third downs together, and just I would get an idea of how to call third down calls, and just get more familiar with the defense and terminology and things like that. And it was a good conversation.
And just to clarify, were you not at the facility today, and this was by phone?
This was on the phone when I talked to them.
Right.
We'll go Eric Smith and Mike Max.
Hey, Eric, as the leader on the team, I'm kind of just wondering your frustration level, considering that the past 2 seasons, you guys have poured a lot of resources into kind of rebuilding the defense, both in 2020 and 2021. I guess just what's your frustration level that it didn't work out, even though you guys, tried all that you could?
Yeah, it's super frustrating. Obviously, we have a very talented roster. A bunch of guys who are selfless at the end of the day, and will do a lot for the next man besides them, including work hard and show up on time. Just the little details that go into winning games. But in the long run, they're on the football field. They're studs as well. But it's just frustrating to know that didn't translate. And obviously, our goal is to get to the playoffs and to compete. And we fell short just too often.
Eric, obviously, the word culture is thrown around a lot when you talk about businesses and teams, and COVID entered into it. But how would you describe the Vikings culture inside the building the last couple of years compared to when you were first here? Was it the same? Was it different? Did COVID and the line of communication change? And what is the definition of a good culture?
For me to answer, what the definition of a good culture, obviously, everyone's going to have their own opinions on it. Winning games is a huge part of that culture, because there's a lot of stressors that come involved when you lose games, and people's emotions get tied into things. But I think from an overall standpoint, a culture where communication is put at the forefront, and no matter how what your role is on the staff, you having a voice and being able to communicate, things that you think could help facilitate wins. I think just having that voice, no matter how big your role is important to listen up and take each other's opinions into account. I don't think that a fear-based organization is the way to go.
We'll close with Arif.
Yeah, it looked like before the season started that it was going to be apparent that this was Anthony Barr's last year with the Vikings. You've played with him for about a decade now, I think. So kind of going forward, was that ever on your mind during the season that this might be kind of your last ride with Barr at your side? And then second, kind of going forward, how do you feel about that fact?
I obviously knew what the situation kind of was, in a sense, but I never really thought about it until, very, very, very recently, very like the last couple of weeks, for sure. But it's been a crazy ride. Me and Avies have had, crazy. I'm still processing it right now. You know what I mean? But shoot. I think that what was really cool this year was, obviously last year he was hurt. That was upsetting. He came in this year. He had another. He was down again at the beginning of the year. He missed a lot, and it hurt me to see him, hurt like that. especially with all the work he's put in. You know, but the last you know, remainder of the season, you know, he played so strong, and you know, he proved that he's an elite player in this league, and it made me happy. You know what I mean? Very happy, especially, you know, yesterday how he closed out. That's my guy.
Eric, we appreciate you. Thank you.